Hello and welcome to the Gold Conversations TV. My name is Michael, and with me here is Toju from the actually podcast. God, I still almost guys, Toju. Check out his content. Link is in the description. Subscribe, like. If you have not watched Toju's last episode, pause this right now, go watch it, and then come back and finish this because this is just much reaction. But yeah, I gotta go check it out. I watched it because I was driving to go pick up my daughter, and I was dying, dude. I kept laughing, and I got to a point I was like, I have to finish it. I have to see this to the end because I was like, I can't finish this. I can't watch this episode and not see it to the end. So I watched it to the end, and I'm not gonna give anybody no spoilers. I'm not gonna give you room to just go and watch it. Go watch it. And they basically like picking black movies within a specific time period. And I was like, if I'm here, I'm probably like what's that girl's name again?
Hi, hi,
Ijeoma.
Jay.
IJ. IJ. I don't know movies like that. Google and ChatGPT will have to help me. I'm literally in that boat. But yeah, it's very, very fun episode. So check out told you any new content that is coming out again that we should be expecting.
We have one that I don't have an exact date for it, but I'll just say it's very experimental. So if you've stuck with us with the last couple, we believe you'll enjoy this one that we're coming up with. It's not something we've done before, so even we're taking a big swing with it. So yeah.
All right, I love it. I like that. I was just thinking like some of the ways that you've been approaching like just movie generally, reviewing movies, doing like a draft of movies. Like it's like it things that you won't think about, but it's like when you think about it, you're like, can I actually finish this game? Can I actually do this? So it's actually interesting. So keep it up, Zach. So guys, go subscribe, like, and make sure you follow so that you can be updated to more content. Like I said, I'm not gonna let you know on what happened. Just go watch it, and if you don't leave a comment, watch the whole 1 hour. Don't just watch like 10 minutes of it and then like not. Watch the whole clip, and then you understand the humor. You will get what's going on, and what I love about it that if you wait to the end, there's like literally like some good banter at that end. That's like the juiciest part right there. So I was dying when I was watching it. So guys, go watch it. Check out the comment. Welcome to another weekend match reactions. Here we're just going to be highlighting specific games that we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about the highs, the lows, controversial topics, any new topics. Sometimes we talk about new stuff over here because sometimes before we record, we're getting breaking news literally right away. I've checked. I've not seen any breaking news. Yes, I was not that I was expecting one. I was like, maybe, but I was like, thank God it did not come. And obviously, the very one person that we're talking about here is the game we're going to talk about that relates to the person we're referring to is Man City versus Man U, the Manchester Derby. Was it a derby or was it a walkthrough? It's like because rumors is that Man City did not get out of gear 2 in that game. They didn't even have to play great. They just showed up and they said, "Man U, what do you have for us?" And Man U's like, look, sure, you are the best of us. Go. We trust you. Look, sure, you are still according to Gary Neville, one of the best left back in the country. English, when he was talking about English, it's like he's still one of our best left backs. I'm like, what century are you living in? What dimension? I want to know what trajectory you're living in because I don't even get it. But let's get into the match. Phil Foden arises from the grave, scores in his first going. Like how many? Who knows?
Don't let me get me started on him. Don't get me started.
I've not even seen that guy play in like so long, and I'm like, where did he come from?
Don't get me started on Phil Foden, please.
But let me know your thoughts about the game because I didn't watch the full game. I watched the second half of it because I came out of church and I was just kind of catching up. And before I looked, it was first half, and I was like, oh, 1-0. I was like, oh, maybe Man U, they might make this a little bit interesting, make it like a little 2-1 kind of thing. Maybe they'll score one goal and then Man City will, because the way once I saw the formation, I was like, this man has no hope. And there's nothing this midfield is going to do specifically that is going to surprise me in the eventual outcome of which is that Man City will win. But I was like, maybe they would surprise, maybe they will actually show up or put up a fight. And after the first half, and after Alan scored, like just a couple of minutes after the second half, I was like, this game is done. It's wrapped. It's done. But let me know what your thoughts are. What did you think about the game? Did you have any expectation? For some reason, for a very weird reason, I had the expectation that Man U were going to
Oh
capitalize
no,
the back-to-back down defeats that Man City had.
no.
Man U doing what they do best.
So look at Man U's squad, as flawed as it is. The squad that they put out there, I think that's their strongest squad of the people they had available. Is there
Mm.
anyone that's big count as a big player that was missing?
No, there was no injuries
That's the
that I
strongest
heard of.
squad. Man
Yeah,
City is missing about 5 players right now. Like four of them were bought within the last year. Think about that so essentially this is the weakest Man City we've seen
late,
in
yes.
maybe a calendar
Like,
year. Man
mhm.
U, they jettisoned Onana to Turkey. So they couldn't blame him even though he was on the bench.
And he had a man of the match
Yep.
appearance.
So you see what's happening. This is this every step of the way is Man U's karma. It's that even when they're facing a down Man City, they get demolished. And let me focus on Man City for a bit. Phil Foden. What does he have to do to get any kind of criticism? Because like you said, this is first goal in since the world wasn't completely racist. I don't know. You know, but it's like because he was the PFA Player of the Year 2024.
Robbery. Well, we'll keep
Exactly.
moving.
But since then, he hasn't done a single thing. Also, I found out recently that Phil Foden has he has 6 EPL titles. So, so there's also that.
And he's so shameless that he will not he will post it on his Instagram story to let us know that
Mhm.
this is what he has
Yeah,
done.
but you guys have Liverpool to thank that he hasn't won 8 in a row. Let me just put that out there. Yeah. But yeah, so Phil Foden is like he doesn't get a tenth of the criticism of the other England stars of this generation, whether it's Saka, whether it's even Madueke or Cole Palmer, even Declan Rice. They get criticized, and Foden doesn't get a drop of it, even though he's supposedly the one with the highest pedigree. It's just funny how that happens. I don't know if being in Man City affords him some sort of anonymity, but that
I think, to be honest, it just depends on where the agenda is like very ripe. When they see that the agenda is very ripe against this person. Maybe the person is like a showman. He likes to speak out. He does it like he doesn't mind ruffling a few feathers. He doesn't care about sucking whatever, like sucking up and all that. Like they're like, oh no, we gotta leave this one. But if you are the one that you like to do all of the above, you don't like agenda, you don't like the boys club, you don't like all the Mayu congregation that they are there. If you don't like all those people, they're like, ah no, we gotta bring this guy down. Because the agenda was so real because, and this is a little bit of a tangent because there's Arsenal 1-3-0. We talked about it last episode where they were talking about Madueke cooked Kekes. Now all of a sudden I saw Gary Neville saying this is the best form of Madueke that we have seen. I'm like, what are you talking about? The same Madueke that scored hat-trick in Wolves and was looking like this thing. Then all of a sudden, like, oh, this guy can't do anything. He's one of the billion-pound bottle jobs. You saw that the agenda is right there. Now he's in Arsenal. Everybody is looking, everything is looking nice. They're like, oh no, this Madueke is different. And even Arsenal fans are getting gas, like, thank you, Chelsea. I'm like, wait, I won't say anything. I wait. But that's going back to that's when you talk about they are like when they're not speaking against Phil Foden. It reminds me of that. It's like you people just pick and choose your agenda, and then when it's comfortable for you, you start making as if this person is the best thing in sliced bread, but this person is the worst person on earth. But you're not actually being balanced or being fair in your analysis.
okay. But yeah, just a quick note. I think Luke Shaw is Man U's longest tenured player right now. So there's that. Just
How he's still there
that's
baffles me.
just
It blows my mind. But congratulations to Manusha. Long may it continue.
amen.
Let's talk about Ruben Amorim in his post-match conference. he said, this is what I wanted. He said, and I'm just kind of lazy about this, but I should have dropped an episode with JJ. We had an episode with JJ, and we talked about the current state of Man U, where things are. And I asked him about Ruben Amorim, and he said something that basically Amorim confirmed in his post-match conference. He said, Amorim said, "I'm not going to change my philosophy. The team is going to play the way I
Mm-hmm.
think." He says, "I believe in this philosophy," and he says, "I will change the philosophy when I want to change it. Nothing is going to make me change it. If you do not like it, change the
Mm-hmm.
man." And I'm like, is this man begging to get fired? Like, that's my question. Is he begging to get fired? And like, people are like, I feel like it's like, I dare you fire me. Because there's money, there has to be some clause in his, if you fire me, this is how much you're going to pay me. And the man is like, now we're not going to pay you that. And they're like, well, do what you can, do the worst that you can. And I feel like that's what's going on. But let me know what your thoughts are. Because when I listen to conference like a match post conference like that, I'm like, am I what's going on here? Did this man understand that he just lost? You didn't draw. You did not do bad performance. You lost. They just only whopped you in their stadium.
So
And you're saying that.
So the funny thing is, and this is not even banter or anything. I'm not like being facetious or anything. I actually agree with what he's saying. I agree with that whole, like, this is my philosophy. This, like, it's basically like he's making a principled stand, or what can count as a principled stand. Like, this is how I do things. This is how I did things when you came and got me. So you can't expect for just because things are going rough, and by the way, they are going extremely rough. But you can't expect just because things are going rough for me to just change, because it's like you can't say you have principles only when things are going well. Like everybody can be principled when like it's rosy. It's like the true test of your principle is when things aren't going well. Like that's when they become principles. Otherwise, they're just recommendations. They're just things you do when it's convenient. So I agree with him there. The part that I don't agree with him is that he had a full transfer window. I could understand if it was when he came in during the season. Like, okay, the pieces don't fit my system. We're going to take some lumps, but you had the chance to get your players. You had look at you bought 3 new players up front, meaning you had the funds to pick individual spots. Even if you wanted a left-sided midfielder who only plays 8, you had the funds for that.
Yep.
And this is what you got. So,
and you went to go get Sesko. Well done.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
you spent the money on Sesko.
The money that could have been spent replacing Casemiro's legs. I don't know. You could have done so much. Like that's what.
Why didn't they sell Bruno? You know Bruno cannot play the system that you want. Maresca has done it. He came into Chelsea. He said that Sterling is not the kind of player that I want. I don't want my team. So loan him out, sell him, dash him to somebody, let him be coming and be playing with the gardeners. I do not care. He's not in my team. It literally he has mentioned people like that. It's like, these people cannot play my system. He watched Disasi. Disasi cannot play my system. I tried him in multiple ways. Left back, right back, center back. He's not playing what I want him to play. Get out. It is simple. If you are a manager, and this is what one of the things that frustrates me in the modern day manager, is like, if you cannot make the player, or you cannot train the player to play in the system that you want, tell them very quickly, he's not working for me. In fact, to better prove it, get an academy player that probably has 30%, 20% of what you are looking for, and tell them that if you can give me the other 80% or 70% of this player, I would flourish in this team. But the moment you keep putting round blocks in a square peg, and you keep going over and over again, everybody's looking like, are you insane? It's not working. So their failure to sell Bruno, to cash in on the 100 million that they were supposed to use to help revitalize their midfield, falls at his feet, because he obviously has favorites. He has favorites. He has people that he loves to pick and unpick in a team. And that is going to be the downfall of him. Because now, in his mind, he said, I can't sell Bruno because he must have a place in my squad. And the only place that I can play in my squad is a place that is his least comfortable in. This man, he's begging to get fired, to me, in my opinion. And I feel like he's just daring them, and he's just going to keep doing the same thing. And eventually, the Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe, they're going to get to a point where they're like, okay, we cannot excuse this anymore. It is bad. Because if you cannot beat Grimsby in the EFL Cup, if you cannot beat Fulham, that they were not even settled. Fulham was they were still getting their stuff together, and you have spent how many millions? Over 200 mil plus, almost 300, and all you have to show for me is people that are being played out of position. What was Ahmad's role there? You played Ahmad in a left forward. Ahmad has never played a left forward before. He's so uncomfortable in that place. The best place is a right forward. But because in your wise wisdom, you said that Ahmad can play right wing back, is useful for your squad. And you said you wanted to upgrade on Ahmad, you got Mbeumo. Now you cannot displace Mbeumo. So the only thing you can do is move the poor Ahmad that you have been rotating, shuffling from attack to defense, to now a place that is least comfortable in. Why will he score a goal for you? Why will he feel comfortable and do stuff for you? I don't understand. This man lives in a fantasy world. He's the worst manager Man U has had. Statistically. That statistically is the worst manager that had. I was hearing a stats that said that from the time you took over till now, he's dead last in the table. Out of all teams, even plus some of the teams that are relegated.
Damn. And I thought the stats I had for him was bad, but that's just damning. Let me just give you my own real quick. It said,
yeah, give me your
going
stats.
back to when he started, if you count back from today, if Liverpool had lost their last 17 matches, we'll still be ahead of him.
Yeah. 17 matches.
Still be ahead. Last 17. Long may it continue.
Amen. 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 Long may it continue. All right. Obviously, let's move on to the next game. I don't want to dwell on Roman AMORIM. I'm not a Man U fan, and I do not care for their failures. All I pray is that we continue the misery for them. But I don't want us to beat them like 5-0 or something humiliating. Like a simple 2-0, maybe a penalty and one corner. I don't want us to go all out, because if we go all out, that means that they're going to start taking drastic actions, because they still have to come back to Stamford Bridge. So we are playing a long game. So Maresca, I hope you are using your upstairs. Your job is not to fire him. Your job is just to make it look like a respectable defeat. Like two top teams, let's call it that. Two in their days. One was in their day was a top team. The other one is up and coming. So just make it respectable, okay? Don't do too much, oh. Don't go and do West Ham for them.
So you're saying it should be like the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight? That's a good. Really
it's
good.
Like Tyson, we know. Just show us some little Iron Mike, and they just collect 2 jabs and fall down. Anyway, let's move on to the next match. The next match we want to talk about is obviously Chelsea versus Brentford. After they scored 1 goal, you already started with the eye emoji in the chat. I was like, bro, this is gonna be a long game. Because as soon as I saw that goal, I was like, this defense is on some. They are on a rope, man. Because all they needed was a just long ball from Jordan Henderson, very good pass by the way, and posting just is the guy's like he's not sure of himself. He's dancing up and down, waiting for help. And I'm like, brother, position yourself. Show him to the weaker side. Show him to the side that is not comfortable. But no, you turn your body to give him the better leverage. Allow him to cut in, and then he finishes. Like, I don't know. Sometimes do players not understand the attacking the characteristics of the players that they are going to be defending? Like, for example, if you have a striker who you know is right foot dominant, what do you do in a game? You make sure that he pushes the ball to the left foot. So you make sure that I dare you to go on your left foot. So if you do it on your left foot and you score a banger, No problem. That's okay. Van Dijk does it a lot. Van Dijk knows every player that is playing. So when he's playing, he doesn't. Some players, if he knows they're too quick, he doesn't dash into challenges. Some players, you know that they are slow. It's like, I hear you. I'll outmuscle you. So I don't know why defenders don't understand the character of players that they're going to play against. And it just, when Tosin did it, I'm like, oh man, Colwell, in a very, very weird way, I missed Colwell. I missed Cowell. At least I know that people like Cowell in this situation, they will quickly snuff out that chance. It's a simple just over the like all they did was five at the back, throw it in the box, and then long throws. That's it. That was their old tactics. They didn't outplay us. They didn't do anything. Just that. And honestly speaking, I was surprised. The lineup already got me like, brother, this is a new season. Why are we looking like the whole squad is decimated and somebody dropped a some
Damn.
somebody dropped it. There was like COVID. It looked like a COVID lineup. Like it was so bad. I was like, what happened? Did all our players catch COVID or something? Because during no COVID period, like it was so bad. Like you would just see some random player, like, why are you playing?
Mhm.
Oh man, our striker has COVID. Damn it.
Who is
Like
number
that's what
84?
it looked like.
That's what you say. Who is number 84?
What's on my head? Because I was looking at that, I'm like, it can't be that bad. Like, Fofana being my right back, that's why I knew things were going to go south. When Fofana is my right back, somebody that just came back from injury how many days ago is now my right back that I have to rely on. Obviously, Kevin Jabi, whatever his name is, he's going to have a field day. I'll just leave me there or counter. I'm going to be there. That's all he did. He attacked the most weaker side of our defense, and the only thing that made me um if I'm looking at the positive of that game, Kopama being back.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Because honestly, they were even saying that they don't think he was going to be fit for that match. I've been seeing like training photos of Kopama training and all that. Like, I even took a risk in my FPL because I had him on the bench before. But I was like, I think he's going to play somewhere. So I just put him in the squad. I was like, hey, if he doesn't play, I catch a L. It doesn't matter. It's still early in the FPL, so triple points and all that will still help me. So I was like, I'll just put him in. And lo and behold, came in second half, probably the first touch or second touch, scores. I was like, thank you, Kopama. The Kopama that I know is back because he has not scored a outfield goal since January or so, or even probably his first goal in 2025
Wow.
in the Premier League. So it's been that bad for him. So that's a good sign for me that he's back. I saw the link up between Pedro, Kopama. Pedro was a bit off, but somehow still give an assist. So that GA is just keeps piling up. So I just wanted to do. But even Maresca was saying that Joao Pedro wasn't 100% because I think there was during the international game he collided with I forgot Rafinha, and he literally was vomiting on the field. So yeah, like go look it up on social media. Like he was thrown up, and I was like, "Is that brother okay?" And for some reason, he continued playing. I was like, "I don't think you should play when you run into somebody and you're vomiting. I don't think that's a good sign for you." But that man kept playing. So he was saying that Pedro wasn't 100%, but he still played. So that's why they took him out. But the one thing that got me angry was we called back McGuire, who is a striker, and I did not see him anywhere in the lineup. And when we needed somebody to be because Delap is out injured for like 10 weeks or so, he's not back until November. So when I needed somebody to be like, at least go out there and cause chaos, this man brought in Tyreek George to be my attacker, and I was like, we are not winning this game, man. We are not. And somehow Garnacho is also another positive sign for me. Garnacho came in, even though a lot of people are shouting that he's the one that caused the goal, he lost his man. Everybody loses a man. It's not as if he was like it's not like he was not there. It's one of the things he's going to learn as part of being it. That's why he did not start. Because if he started, that means he understood what the assignment was, he knows how the teams play and all that. So I don't get the Garnacho slander. He came in and he showed positive. He looked to take his man on, he looks to play pass. This is not the Garnacho of Man U. He did not just want to dribble and then shoot or pass back. He was actually saying, I will go with the intent of actually making something, create a dangerous situation. But honestly speaking, I was not impressed with that draw. I was so mad because of the way we considered the draw. Last minute, we can't even do anything about it. But I think overall, if I was to look at the game fairly, Brentford deserved the draw because we didn't play well in the first half. And then the second half was when we started to come to life. And even then, it was still things were not gelling, they were not clicking. So it's a bump, but I'm disappointed because these are the games that we should be winning. Because when you play against top six and you draw or you don't win, like when you think about putting yourself in the top four or going at being in the title race, at least these are the games that you should be winning. Like find ways to win them, even if you played horrible, even if you had the wrong lineup, find a way to win it ugly. Some teams have been doing it. They know themselves. I'm going to come back to them next, but they have been doing it. You don't play well, but you have to show that grit, defend well, and then finish your chances. So hopefully, I'm hoping that they improve on this. But I was not impressed by that game. That I think and I responded. I was like, "Don't worry, time is still there." And then time is not there anymore. My enemies were ready to mock me. I said, "Don't worry, I trust this team. They'll come back." They came back. They were up, and then they lost it. The draw felt like a loss to me, and I think that's the shift of mentality. Because before, this is a game we'll have lost. I will not lie. If there's society, I guarantee you will lose this game because Madueke is not doing anything up top. Jackson is not going to do anything up top. So where's my attacking talent going to come from? It's only Kopama. Do you realize that Chelsea has been we have not been bad, but we have been attacking, we have been scoring goals. Kopama has not even played any game. This is the first game that he's been back for. The first game that he played against was against Crystal Palace. And even then, they said he was out, he was injured, but he was just playing through it. So now he's back. I'm hoping that everybody comes back in the team and then we'll see how the team is playing. But there's no panic button yet, but I'm not impressed. That's it. And it's okay for you not to be impressed. Your teams will have those moments, but at least you ride through them.
See?
What are your thoughts about the game?
I like so what you said about Kopama not scoring an outfield goal from open play since January. So he scored one January 4th. I was surprised to even realize that.
Yeah, he's been on a bad
Yeah.
that Club World Cup, the thing that made him like people lay off him a bit was he showed up in the Real Betis Conference League. He didn't score, but he assisted. And then the Club World Cup, he scored obviously 2 goals. Everybody just forgot about all the stats. If not, if he had continued to the summer, they would have brought it up again. You know, Sky now. Sky, they like all this
wild
stats.
stat.
Yeah.
And the other goal that he scored was a penalty against us after we had already wrapped up the title. But well, yeah, that's okay. Also, shout out to the Liverpool legends who came through for Brentford.
Wow, man. And he came in as a top also.
So I mean, he did it for us against Newcastle as well. So he's known for scoring big league goals like that. Because we're watching it and I was like, am I even going to be able to say it? That's why I said I'm not going to say anything until Liverpool's match. And I'm sure you two are waiting.
I was waiting for you. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the Liverpool game.
Fire.
Let me tell you my thoughts before I ask you. When I was in church, and then one of my buddy, DG, where the church was kind of rounding up, I was like, "What's happening with Liverpool?" He's like, "Oh, it's 0-0." I'm like, so you're telling me there's a chance that these people might not actually get away with this nonsense? And he was like, "Bruh, they're always gonna find a way. They're always gonna find a way." And then they tapped me, penalty. I was like, 90 something in a penalty. What now? What? But you know what? This Liverpool team, I will admit, different mentality, and Burnley deserve a draw.
I'm going to push back on that. I'm going to push back on that. So So let me give you some stats on what Burnley did, and you tell me if this team deserves a draw. 80 completed passes throughout the entire game, not in one half. 80. There were 3 Liverpool players who had more than that on their own. They did not complete a touch within Liverpool's box in the second half at all. Think about that. They didn't complete any XG any XG shot on target throughout the match.
Yeah, but you know that's what Burnley is going to do now. They are playing against a Galactico esque Liverpool with all the signings and Kitiki and Kekes
I,
and Fred. Like they're gonna
I
do
get
that.
that, but think about this. You cannot, you're not going to win a gunfight if there are no bullets in the chamber.
True,
So you
true.
cannot say the fact that you were pistol whipping and the other guy was getting his weapon. Like,
Yeah, sort
yeah,
of.
you can't say you like, no, because you weren't a threat at all throughout the match. It
Hmm.
was just your 5-4-1 or even 5-5-0 before the penalty.
Hate playing teams like that, Sha, like low key.
Yeah,
Like even though I like I hate
yeah.
playing against teams like that. But that's
That's the,
always gonna be
that's
the thing in
yes,
Premier
that's their
League.
tactic. And even in the championship, they didn't concede 2 goals in a single match.
Hmm.
So like,
Yeah, they were very, very
yeah.
solid
So I get
defensively.
that. And then if we even look at on the Liverpool side, it's like matches like that where we complete over or we attempt over 40 crosses. Our winning percentage is so low because it means that we've tried everything and we're just resorting to sending the ball in and hoping for the best. And once you send the ball in against them, no matter what, you're going to be outnumbered because they're starting with
Yeah,
5 people in the box.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like even when we overcommit, they don't pose any threats on the counter.
They don't. I think in the first half they were trying to do the counter thing, and they were like, "All right, let's
Yeah.
chill, chill, chill." Like second half, like, "Yeah,
Mhm.
chill, just cut it off. We're not doing anything up top. Just leave it."
Yeah. And even so again, this is another moment of those Salah off the pace a bit. He still comes out and scores. Van Dijk put on a clinic. I feel like ever
Yeah.
since I was a tiny bit critical of him, he has decided he's going to make me eat my words. It was and Soboslai, I don't know how he became our starting right back, but all of
Frimpong is coming off the
yeah,
bench.
but Frimpong is actually going to play like Frimpong is actually going to be more of a right winger when Salah goes to AFCON, which is yeah. So it might be Bradley and Frimpong on that right side. So that's the
Mm,
idea behind. So it's like he's all the way up and down the right side of the pitch. But I feel like I might need to change my pick on player of the season because I had Ekitike last time. I think it might be Gravenberch because when
mm.
you see the
But yeah,
when you
that
see
guy.
the comps that were put up, it's like, do you realize
No,
what
no,
position
no.
you're
That
playing?
that 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 man was feeling like a
I'm
Zidane-esque kind of
telling
player.
you,
Like it was just like Zidane from a controlling standpoint. I think it doesn't. It does. It's not all the way up. Positionally speaking, it's not in the place where he can score a
right?
lot of goals, but like just the way he was controlling the ball, it was just like with flair, with ease. Maybe it's Pello. Maybe I'll look Pello. I'll say more Pello-ish kind of control. Like I'm not in a
Yes,
rush.
no
Don't rush me.
sprinting,
Like
nothing. Just
no sprinting, no nothing. It's just I'm using my body. The way he uses his body to just take out attack people, defend people that are defending him is just it's amazing. I saw one ball, I can literally flick the ball over the ball people. I'm like, yo, that's nasty. I'm not going front too much. But yeah, Gavin Budge, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, that so will you people say that are Liverpool lucky or do they just have a championship mentality? Because you can say that for a couple of games, but when do you start saying, okay, we were lucky to come out of there with a win?
so I think because I think what you're referring to is that Liverpool are the first Premier League team to win 4 consecutive matches where the winning goal is scored in the 80th minute or later. So
Mm-hmm,
it's like trying to quantify being clutch. Is that
mm-hmm,
is that a form of luck or is that preparation or is that skill? Is being clutch a skill? Is that mentality thing something that's quantifiable? I'll say yes and no. I'll say confidence breeds that kind of
mm-hmm.
result. When you come
Yeah,
in knowing that you can do it because you have done it, you are more likely to continue to do it. It's why going
true,
up
true, true.
against champions is so hard. But
Mm,
the fact that it's always being left so late is a bit worrisome because it's like, what have you been doing first 80 minutes? So it
mm-hmm.
is also showing us that Liverpool haven't had a complete performance yet. They've
Yeah,
been good
yeah,
enough. And honestly, this is not gymnastics. They don't do it based on style points. They don't say
yeah.
it's
That's
just win, lose, draw. That's literally it. We don't know what happened match week 18 last year. We just know the results.
mm-hmm.
So that's it, what you're you're graded on. However, in terms of confidence of the fans, and even there might be some moments of reflection among the team. But you want crosses. We have to do better. We have to.
You have to make
Yeah,
some of them count.
or even like don't even require that many crosses. Like create centrally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
play within the box.
yeah. But it's like when you're trying to break down a low block, sometimes it's just one moment of brilliance that's required. Like trying to be intricate when there are 10 people in the box. Yeah, it's not likely. But again, this is a different test and Liverpool passed. Some people are saying the handball was harsh. The player that committed the handball, immediately he put his hands on the head. He knew what he did. He didn't argue it. The Burnley players didn't argue.
Foolish.
Scott Parker didn't argue.
Who tries to block a ball turning with your elbows up? Like how?
No, saying it was harsh.
That's not harsh. Chelsea got a penalty for that against Fulham. Literally, man was trying to turn, put his hand up like that. It's an unnatural position. You're making yourself bigger. It's not like you're going with your head like this. You went this. So you're like making yourself much bigger than you should be, and you blocked a potentially dangerous cross that conclude in a goal. So I don't think that's harsh. I think it was the right thing. Obviously, Liverpool wins, and your unbeaten run continues. But if you guys like, from a perspective of like just a neutral, I think if you guys don't improve on your performances, it will catch up to you. It will catch up because I think that you should be killing. Like, I don't know what's going on with Salah. Let somebody tell him, forget this assisting. Baba, we need you. We need you to be like, we need you to be tearing shots. Give Eketike a chance to rebound or something. Forget all this. I want to play stylish. We are going to lose you in AFCON. We need to build up our goal difference. Let it be like this is the team that in my mind, I was like, this is a 3-0 game. I didn't even care what Burnley was going to do. I was like, this is 3-0 easy. Like you score 3-0, then you start easing it off a bit because you have Champions League during the week. So you want to make sure you save some of the strength for that. But if you are doing all this and putting all the effort and pointing it onto the 90-something minutes, it's going to catch up. Either via the team is just going to say, okay, all we just have to do is make sure that the last 20 minutes, if we can get to 80 minutes, the last 20 minutes, lock it down. Nobody putting your hand up. You go with your hands behind your back. No penalty. Don't drag anybody. And I think, but obviously, one of the things that you have been very good at is just figuring it out. And I think you figure it out. Once I trust Slot to figure it out and get this team back into shape. With the very few minutes that we have left,
before you move on, so Salah joined Liverpool 2017. So since then, who would you say is, for lack of a better word, the face of Premier League in that time period?
Face of Premier League.
So the last 8 years.
I would say that last 8 years.
Or if you had to define that era by one player, who would it be?
8 years. What's 8 years again?
2017.
2017. Who's 20? And so at one point, it used to be De Bruyne. It was De Bruyne, but then he started getting injured. I think after a while, Salah came in. I don't know. Was 2017 the period of Aguero?
I think he was already on his way out by then.
He was already on his way out. Yeah, so I think De Bruyne was it for a while. And then I'll say that 2023 or 2020 was when Salah was like, this is my throne now for me to lose. So I think it's between a mix of KDB and Salah, I'll say. Because I can't think of any player who's been that dominant that has won things, because you can say Harry Kane, but Harry Kane didn't win stuff enough for him to be like the face. So I'll say KDB and then Salah.
Okay. So the reason why I ask you that is since 2017, so 2017-2018 season, that's when Salah joined. He has 273 goal involvements in the Premier League. Second place has 173.
Wow, damn! Who's second?
Son.
That he's not even.
And he's not even like.
No, that's them Spurs.
So imagine, 273, 173. Harry Kane is third with 169 in that period.
Salah, Salah is a goal scorer. He's a just he just knows how to get it done.
De Bruyne
Um,
is fourth,
he's lead.
150.
And the funny thing about this, like, if you look at the Ballon d'Or list,
He's always,
has he ever been top five?
I think maybe in that first season, that 2017,
What's
2018, that's about it.
that's
Hmm.
disgraceful, Shao. I don't know, like that's
And
disgraceful.
they're going to take it away from him again this season.
Yeah, this not gonna get top five because all the PSG players are gonna be there. Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Anyway, I think I feel that there's some bias there. I think a lot of African players don't get a lot of respect when it comes to playing, and sometimes you'll be like, well, maybe it's not Africa, maybe it's skin tone. I think it's just region. They just don't respect specific regions and what they do in their leagues. Because if you're not from Europe, you're not getting near that place. Because if Dembele was from Senegal or wherever, this thing, nobody gonna care about him. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's all right, it's good, it's all right. But yeah, we're not going to dwell on
Mhm.
that because we're not going to finish the conversation. So Champions League is coming up midweek. Man, I love. Thank God football is back,
Mm.
man. I'm tired of all these internationalism. Champions League is back. We have upcoming fixtures that are coming up. So we're just going to do a quick prediction for some of the I'll call it big games and some of it. So I'll go. Let's start with you guys. Liverpool, Atletico. What's your score
Two
prediction on
one,
that?
2-1,
2-1.
2-1. It's
I,
Atletico is
I
not on their game right now. I don't, but
yeah, then
I don't see. So funny enough, the intensity that you're used to seeing from Atletico, I don't see it being there. But
mm,
I also don't see whatever that intensity being. I don't see it as much as like the leg chopping that we've been getting in the Prem. I feel
mm-hmm.
like Vert will have more freedom, funny enough, against Atletico than say versus Newcastle, even against Spurs.
Okay. To me, I see a 1-1 because I just feel like I think Simeone is like, if I cannot win, you are not going to get any joy either.
Mm.
That guy, he just knows how to bring that guy. But I think it's between a 1-1 and a 2-1. But I'm leaning more towards a 1 because I feel like Atletico, because of the poor performances he's been having,
Mm.
he's not going to want to go in and come out with a loss. Like, if at least he comes up with a draw, it's like, all right, at least we'll fight another day. And it's just he's never going to come to that Liverpool game, especially you are playing an Anfield, right?
Yes, at Anfield.
Yeah, if you're playing an outfield, he's not coming there to
Mm-hmm.
attack. He's just coming there to stink out the gaff. I guarantee that. So to me, I see a 1-1. The next team that I wanted to get our predictions for is let's talk about Arsenal Atletico.
Yeah, that should be an easy dub for us. I'm sorry. They should win that easily. They should.
Okay. All right. Bayern, yeah, I agree too. I think probably a comfortable 2-0 because Arsenal don't like to concede nowadays. Except these teams that actually know how to like figure out their weakness. Let's go Bayern Chelsea.
I'm sorry to say, but I think this has 3-1 written all over it. By this Bayern team,
Mm,
yeah, and maybe it's a farmers league type situation, but
mm,
the way they you came to go and get Diaz from us. It's not like you were
mm,
weak there, but now all of a sudden
mhm.
you decided that you want to be a player in the big leagues. I don't know if it means they will make it to like quarterfinals or semifinals, but this one no, because Chelsea's on the ropes right now. You guys aren't at your best right now. And
Yeah, yeah, that is
Bayern
true.
didn't they just beat someone 5-0 at their last, so
It's six
six,
zero.
was
I
it
think.
six? See,
Probably
yeah,
five.
so
Maybe you're right. Maybe
yeah,
five.
yeah, it was 5. They like just Hurricane already has 5 goals. The 3 players behind him already have at least 2 goals each. Uh that's I don't see, because you're like you said, João Pedro, is he going to be fit for this match?
Mm,
Is it going to
mm,
be another situation of Cole Palmer as a false nine? Like what are you guys going to do?
okay. I pray not. I pray not.
Yeah.
I think so far I've been seeing a lot of pictures in the training ground. I think everybody is back now. Even one person that we forgot to mention in that Brentford game is we missed
Yes.
Estavio. Estavio will have lick that right side up, and then I'll have had that Gittins. Oh God, Timber, that Gittins. You are playing EFL Cup and FA Cup from now on.
So
I
you're not
would rather
starting in
play
Champions
like
League.
I'm not starting. God forbid. No, I would rather start Pedro Neto on that side and then Estavio on the other side, or at it's worst come to the worst, play Ganacho, because Ganacho at least showed me that he's capable of doing something there. Now it's just no. I can't accept that anymore. Sorry, that guy can't even make a run. He's just a cardio merchant. Just run, but nothing to show of output. So I can't give him anything. I think my predictions for that game I think is a 2-1. I see us getting a 2-1 because the reason why I say that is because I see, in as much as Bayern's attack looks great, they are vulnerable in their defense, and you just need to know the right people to go to. Alfonso Davis is still out injured. I don't think he's back yet. So they have Kimmich playing right back or so. Their left back, I don't even know who is playing left back. Upamecano is not scaring me as a center back. They have Jonathan Tah, but he's good in Bundesliga. But if he goes out of Bundesliga, we'll know
There's a
what's going on.
difference.
So I think, to me, I say a 2-1 there.
Chelsea win.
I think Harry Kane will, yeah, Chelsea to win. I think Harry Kane is inevitable. He will score because he is Harry Kane. But I see Cucurella being able to shut down Olise. And then Rich James is going to be on the right back. Diaz ain't got nothing on Rich James. So sorry. It's easy. I'm talking about a fit Rich James now. Those was one of the
Is
reasons why
he
I was
fit?
angry about that. He's fit. He's fit. He played in the international game, 2 games for England, had 1 assist and played a very, very good game. That's why I was so mad that Maresca didn't start him. But I understand because Maresca is like, I don't want to push our luck and then have him go get re-injured. Like if you play 2 games back to back and you want me to start him again in a Brentford team that are going to sit back, so all I got to be doing is having him running back to track counters. Let him just take it easy. And when he came on, he showed his class. I'm not worried about Rich James. So I think 2-1 because I think all the people that did not start against Brentford, they are going to
Wow.
start and they're going to be more dangerous. So that's my prediction for that. And then the very last game that we're going to predict is actually 2 of them: Newcastle, Barcelona. Who you got?
Oh, they've put Newcastle for sacrifice. That's what's happening there. That's what's happening
I
there.
mean, yeah,
That's what's happening there. Newcastle.
I say 4-0.
Yeah, that's
4-0.
that's a sacrifice. No,
Yeah,
that's not fair.
because they are going to say, oh, because they are playing in Newcastle Stadium. It doesn't matter. Barcelona, if you don't have anybody that's going to make them worry about their defense, they're just going to they'll just trap you in your box and they'll just snuff you out very quickly. And then the last thing I want to team prediction is Man City Napoli.
It's honestly, I see like a score draw because I'm not fully convinced with Man City right now. I'm not fully
Okay.
convinced. Now it can just be that because who did they play last? Are we going to hold Man U against them and say Man U is because they beat Man U? That no. And Napoli is on serious form right now.
They have not lost though. They have not lost. Honestly, you see a draw.
Yeah, because
I see
just because
Napoli.
it's at Man City, that's the
I don't. It
okay.
don't matter. Anybody. I don't think it matters. I think Conte is a specialist when it comes to Pep. As long as he has a good team, he knows how to handle Pep. He's dealt with Pep in the Premier League. So for me, I think Napoli are going to win 3-1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-1 because none of the Man City defenders do I think has anything. And De Bruyne is coming back. Don't forget to De Bruyne is coming
Oh,
back. Ireland has something to prove.
Okay. Okay. I
Hey,
see.
it's gonna be
I
right.
see what you're saying.
I'm going to watch it. I think it's 3-1 to be
Okay.
honest. I think Conte will know how to neutralize Ireland, and then they're just going to frustrate that midfield because you have McTominay also coming back
Yeah.
to the Man City
Yeah.
derby.
Oh.
No, they're coming back. All those guys are coming back to prove
Mm-hmm.
something. They are coming back to, and Conte's midfield is no joke. That's Anguissa. McTominay, and I think I forgot whoever is there, but they guys are looking like they're not messing around. All right, that comes
Sorry,
to the
one more
end
team,
of
one more
our.
match. What about Manu's? Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, no Manu. No. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
my bad.
You had to
I
do
have
it.
I
You had to.
I
You
misread
had
something. So sorry.
That's a good one. All right, guys. This ends our episode for today. If you've stayed with us so far, like, subscribe to both of our individual channels. You know, Toju's channel is going to be in the description. If this is your first time watching, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for when we drop new content such as this. And again, thank you for sticking with us. Let's get that subscriber numbers up, guys. Let's get that subscriber numbers up for both our channels. Guys, we're dropping you. This is good content right here, and you know you're not gonna get it anywhere else. Unbiased, very very neutral views of the game. So let's get those numbers. Let's get those likes up also. Let us know what you think about your game. I know we did not talk about Arsenal, but there's no point talking about them. It was Ange. Ange was going to do what Ange and Amorin. I don't know who the difference is between those two teams. They're those two managers. They're the same thing. All right. Thank you guys. It's been real. Catch you guys again on our next episode. Peace.